An explosion on an asylum seeker's boat has set off a firestorm on land.
It's understood that the persons on the boat spread petrol and that ignited, causing an explosion.
It is clearly a possibility that that is what occurred, but we are not in a position to finally confirm that that is so or not.
It would be very premature to speculate on the cause of the explosion.
The boat carrying 49 suspected Afghan refugees was intercepted by patrol boat HMAS Albany off Ashmore Reef last night. It blew up at about 6:15 a.m. West Australian Standard Time.
And that has resulted in the loss of 3 lives.
A further 2 members of the either passengers or crew of the vessel itself remain missing.
More than 40 others have injuries ranging from minor to life-threatening.
At the time of the explosion, the vessel was in our custody with Australian Defence Force personnel on board the vessel.
Defence says 3 or 4 Australians were aboard.
Some minor injuries were sustained, do not require evacuation and are safe.
The boat sank quickly.
We are transporting the people as we speak to their most appropriate and quickest means of saving lives.
Darwin and Broome hospitals and the Royal Flying Doctor Service have been put on high alert. The head of Darwin Hospital says the injured are en route and will be taken to an oil rig off the West Australian coast before being flown to Truscott Air Force Base in the Kimberley. Some burns victims will be flown to Perth.
The injuries sustained tragically range from burns to head injuries. They include fractures.
One opposition frontbencher didn't wait for any information before declaring this tragedy a political failure.
You can't announce a softer policy and then expect people not to lose their lives through people smuggling.
Those remarks by Dr Stone should be withdrawn.
The opposition leader was more restrained.
The deaths on the asylum seekers vessel remind us of how dangerous, how very, very dangerous this pernicious business of people smuggling is.
And it will, once again, sharply focus national attention on asylum seekers. There have been 13 unauthorised boat arrivals since September. This was the 4th boat in a fortnight, and more are expected.
There will therefore be more people putting themselves in the hands of people smugglers.
It is too early to say what happened on board this boat, and history shows that early reports can be deeply misleading. The government's being extremely cautious because it knows that this tragedy could revive deep resentment against refugees. Chris Ullman, ABC News, Canberra.